Pretend you didn't hear that. It's really freaking quiet in here tonight. So we're gonna have to, like, I don't know, do something about that. We can't have silent. Let's see, shall we? Hi guys! I'm putting on some music or something. Ghost Radio, yes? Oh, I forgot to check my Wi-Fi first. God dang it. We'll just trust that it's going to work on its own. Oh my gosh, you guys. Top secret information here. Hi, sweetie. Top secret information. These are so freaking good. Oh. They're really good. Oh, man. I never had them until 30 minutes ago. I know. Hi, that was fast. I just barely turned it on and there's already a visitor. What does fastical mean? In a minute. Hi. Hi, everyone. It's so late tonight, you guys. We're back to normal. I live in Colorado. I'm up in the mountains. I was born in California, but I live in Colorado. Presidential. You live in Colorado? I feel happy. Stay here. As long as you're happy. You guys, I have so many love spells to do. Holy expertise. Lots of love spells. I had a great day. And I had a really good day. We had Thanksgiving at my house with my boys and my grandkids, and it was so fun. My grandkids are weird, but they are very funny. I laughed a lot. Yeah, they're different. Little people are really different. Oh, you're in Colorado. I just found your channel about an hour ago. Woo! Hang on. Sorry, I'm a little... And I was about to go to bed, and I was watching some of your videos. Oh, good. Then you know that I'm just a little crazy. So. We're in Colorado. Where in Colorado do you live? It's a big place, so I'm in the Four Corners. Hi, sweetie. Thank you. Thank you for making my shop nice and warm so I don't have to wear a coat. Whoop, whoop. Go back, go back. I was just watching a video of people cemeteries to find workings of people. I don't know if that's something they should do. Well, if that's what they're into, your energy calls us. Come to me. Just kidding. Are they doing like necromancy? Or are they going, you know, are they just going to talk to spirits? Are they getting graveyard dirt? There's lots of different kinds of things you could do at graveyards. Are they going there to bury, you know, curses and spells and puppy dog tails? I don't know. But we do, witches do a lot of stuff with the graveyard because we're always working with the dead. We always work with spirits and things like that, and so it's just normal. But like as far as like digging up bodies and shit like that, it's just dumb. It's not, well, it's just not necessary. Um, you know, it's just not necessary. I know that a lot, not a lot, but there are some people that like to perform. It's called the Hand of God. It's a spell where they like get different bones from different bodies or something, and then they, you know, create a being, and then they bring it to life. But it's just not necessary. You know, something like that. I have never done that. I don't do that. I would rather just, it's much cleaner to just work with spirits. And there are tons of them around me. You guys, so on the last live chat we did, they just visited the graveyard and hunt of workings of people who are buried in the cemetery. Like ghost hunters. I know that's just silliness, isn't it? Oh, in my last video, you guys, my last live chat that I did, you could see like my my dude back here. He's really tall. If you see the black shadow man behind me, that's my familiar. He's not a shadow man. He's an actual being. But that's my familiar. But he looks like a really tall, giant shadow man. Reconciliation spells force someone against their will. Absolutely. Hi, Tallulah. Yes, we force people against their will in every spell that we do. That's what witches do. That's why a lot of people will get like really pissed off. How much did I miss? Not much. We're just barely got on here. I've been on for 8 minutes. But yeah, I think that sometimes you'll do a spell like a come back love spell and they won't want to be there. They don't know why they're there. And they get really angry about it and they're total dickheads. And because they're mad, because they're with you, but they don't know why they're with you and they won't want to be there. But it's too bad because you're bound. Let's see, in the experiment they were doing to show people that witches and people who practice magic bury in the graveyards. Well, we don't really bury. I've never buried anything in the graveyard because I think it's disrespectful. Is it true it will backfire? No. I like to bury things on the outside of the graveyard. Like there's the graveyard and then there's like, you know, fields and stuff around it. I don't know. I don't live in the city, so I don't have to worry about that. But I like to bury things outside of the graveyard. But in the graveyard, outside, you know. And then I bury things up in the mountains where no one will ever find them. You know. I'm not disrespectful when I bury things. I try to always be as respectful as I can. Oh, you're so cute. That's cute. No, but spells don't usually backfire. Sometimes they do, I guess, but, um, delicate. Live in a small island with a huge property, so I bury on my property. Yeah, me too, for the most part. Occasionally, I like to bury my prosperity spells. Like, okay, there's all kinds of gold mines and silver mines up in the mountains where I live. And so I like to go to the bottom of those and bury them at the bottom down there. That's where I like to bury my prosperity spells. And then love spells, I bury most of the love spells all around Coco's grave over here. Or not Coco, but Daisy May's grave. I have a dog that died, and I dedicated it and offered her spirit up to Hecate. And so I bury love spells all around her grave. And then curses, I just bury where it's appropriate, depending on the curse. Curses usually go in fire ant hills or in the death jar. No, it doesn't mean that. It's just something that happens sometimes. Drink tea is better. Thank you. No, like, okay, I just want an experience for that. Yeah, no, sometimes, sometimes they come back and they don't know why they're there. And so they get angry and they get pissy and stuff. But usually they come down time. They want to be with you all the time, and they think about you all the time, and they want to know what you're doing, where you're at. You know, they just want to be with you, and they just want to, love you and cherish you and do all the things that they're supposed to do. But occasionally you get that guy that wants to fight it. It happens. Everybody receives energy differently and responds to it differently. Some people just fall right in line and do exactly what they're supposed to do. Others are like, I don't want to be without you. I need you. And then when they get there, they're like, I don't know why I'm here. Why am I here? And then other ones are going to the bar and partying and doing all this stuff to try to get you out of their mind. So it just depends on the person and how they receive the energy. Yep. And if the other person who is the one who had the casting done is smart about it, they can manipulate the energy. Like, there's little things you could do that can manipulate the energy, and so that you can help, like, steer it a little easier. Like doing the power balls, how I tell you guys to always ball up and then send it to them. You could do that. Always be happy when they call you, lure them in, kind of thing. You just gotta, but don't call them and don't message them except for like once a week or once every couple weeks. Shoot them a text. How are you? I was just thinking about you, or whatever. And then if you talk to them and they're like, oh, I had a dream, then you could be like, oh, me too. What a coincidence. You just gotta You got to learn how to... Yes. Yeah, and don't be a stalker, because you start being creepy like that. Okay, so you can't... Okay. So once they're bound to you, and then they're like coming to you and stuff, you don't like hearing. You don't like be mean to them. You Once they're bound to you and they're with you, you need to make them want to stay. You don't threaten them. You don't be like, you're gonna just be with me and no one else, and be all creepy and weird about it, because all that's gonna do is be like freak them out, and then they're not gonna want to be with you. So you can't, just because you put a spell on them, you can't treat them like you own them. You need to make them feel loved and happy to be with you. You can't threaten to beat them up or shackle them to the bed or any of that, unless that's what he likes. But you know what I mean. Yeah. It's confusing sometimes for some people, but some people really get it, and they just know. They know how to use that energy and to their advantage. If you're feeling love waves, is it normal for the petitioner? Yes, you'll feel it too. Both parties will feel it. But so when you feel it, try to send it to him, to the person you're casting on. Try to send it out to him or her, and then that way you're not taking all the energy. Like, try to, like, whenever you start feeling these feelings, if you start feeling obsessed over them, or you start thinking about them more than usual, kind of thing, kind of like ball it up. Just sit, take some deep breaths, and then as you breathe out, pull the energy out with your breath. And take the ball, put all the emotion in the ball, and then say his name and throw it out to him. And that's how you do it. Is it true the spell will eventually evaporate? It has happened before. That does happen. Sometimes, and that's why I just bind them. Because then, no matter what he does, where he goes, however many years have gone by, he'll still be bound to you. He'll still be thinking of you. Even if you change your mind, or her or she, even if you change your mind and you decide you don't want to be in a relationship with that person anymore, they'll still always love you and always want to be with you. And every woman that ever comes into their life, or man, whatever the case may be, they'll still always compare them to you and love you, and no one else will do. And they might settle for something else, but you'll always be the number one to them, no matter what. Because that happens sometimes. Sometimes people will put so much time and energy and spells into this one person, and then when they finally get him, they're like, ugh, he's a total tool. I don't want him. Or she's a total bitch. I don't want her. Never mind. I could do better. They kind of get over it. And so then they break up with them, and then that person is just kind of like, oh, it happens. I could break it off of them, but I just, I don't worry about those things. That's their problem. That's between the you know, the client and the person I'm casting on to decide. Some women just let them feel that way for forever. And some will say, can you just go ahead and remove it? Hi, sweetheart. What did you say, Tallulah? I did a spell for someone 3 days ago, and he emailed me saying he wasn't getting effects. Well, it was only 3 days ago. Is it true the spell? Okay. Yeah, feeling emotions and stuff coming in waves is completely normal. You'll feel it, for sure. Sometimes it can be a little intense and cause a little bit of anxiety, so that's when you need to really push that out of you and send it. Then you got angry at you. People do that, Tallulah. That's just part of the gig, unfortunately. Some people it works like right away, and then other people it does not. Hi, sweetheart. You know. Hello. You guys are so cute. Yeah, tell him to hold his horses. It is. It can be quite frustrating because it's like once you push that energy out there, once you cast that spell, you don't really have a lot of control over it unless you just do boosters nonstop, you know. That's 3 days though. That's ridiculous. I've heard there's some spells too who start to physically take effect on people after a long time of being cast. I don't know what do you mean physically take effect? Like they don't work for a long time? I'm sorry guys, I know it looks blurry. Is it blurry? My ex still calls me but no sign of coming back. Does that mean the spell doesn't work? No, it just means that that the energy is working because he's calling you all the time thinking of, hello, good morning. Some info I put up my tarot cards, walked away for quite a while, came back to find the Seven of Cups face up on my bed. Well, that's very interesting. Someone's trying to tell you something. Well, it's better, but it's still blurry. I don't know if it's me, if it's my vision, or if it's actually that blurry. But anyway. What did you say? Hi. Oh, yeah? Sorry, guys. I'm not blurry. Thank you. He's proposed. Proposed. Like I have a hair. I finally did my servitor's food today. Good job. I did. Can you check if a curse is still active to find out what's going on through a card reading? Yeah. You can check the cards, but card readings are a little different with me. I feel like I never tell people what they want to hear with the cards, and so everybody gets mad at me, and that's why I don't like to do them, because I like call their ancestors to answer, to do the reading for them, and then they are like all the time, and then everybody gets mad at me and they don't want to hear it. Can you check if a curse is still active and find out what's going on with them through a card reading? Yes. Oh, there we go. It wasn't scrolling. I saw a flash of red shortly after meditating on the message, and that's all I got. Yeah, I don't know. That could be a lot of things. That could be like just, energy being there, which is probably more than likely what that was, is just energy being there. I want a Clippy. I'm a little distracted. I ate candy. You guys, these are freaking delicious. I'm so mad at my boyfriend. He bought those. I'm not usually a big candy eater. Yes, you'll have to get some of those candies. They're really good. Okay, let's see. A few weeks ago, I had a feeling my ex-new girlfriend was in my house questioning me. I couldn't even... I was so anxious. Girl, you trust your intuition. Always trust yourself. Interesting stuff, and someone is rearranged my room. Haha. Interesting, right? I haven't touched them in a while. That's awesome. Are boosters always necessary, or is it just better to wait as long as the work? Boosters? Pop-Tart. I like those too sometimes. Okay, here's the deal with boosters, okay? Sometimes, like, you'll do a spell, and then a while, like a month will go by, and then you'll see the energy, like, trickling. It's moving. He's messaging you. But you can't seem to seal the deal, or, it won't, like, complete. And you get anxious and you get tired of waiting and you want to give it a little push. And so then you do a booster, and then the push goes, and then you have it. Court case boosters. Sometimes I'll do a court case spell, and then you go for your first hearing, everything goes fine, but then you have to go for another hearing, and so like 2 months later or whatever, so then you'll do a booster to kind of like keep it flowing, keep that energy flowing, you know what I mean, just to kind of keep it going a little longer until the spell's in completion. Sometimes people need boosters because this spell worked and they got back together and everything was going great, and then you got drunk, and then you started a big fight and kicked him out and told him you hated him and never wanted to see him again, and then you're like, whoops, and then you need a booster to kind of put it all back together again. Sometimes you need boost, there's different situations, different reasons for it. But if you're not getting any movement, then there's something blocking it, and then you want to do an unblocking, which is basically the same thing. Um, except that when I'm doing that candle, I'll say to remove all blocks, that kind of thing on it. And boost the energy and remove all blocks. So that's what those are for. Not everyone needs them. In fact, most people don't need them. But occasionally, like last night, I had like 4 of them. But they were all good spells. Like they're all working spells. They just needed a little boost. You know. Oh, sure. Yeah. And that's another thing you guys will notice is that when you have love spells done for you and things, you'll dream about them. Know that when you're having all these things happen to you, it too. It's not just you. Um, but you need to try to send that out to them. Like don't take all the energy. Like when it comes at you in waves like that, just pull it all together and send it to him. Because you already know how you feel and you know what it is and why it's there. And so if you learn how to maneuver it, just like let it come and filter and then push it out to them. You know what I mean? And then that way it's, it's going to him and not you. I always keep the intention in the back later. Nice. Yeah, that's just, I just think that works best. Some people, though, freak the fuck out. Like, some guys, you think they're these big, tough guys, and then they get all these lovey feelings and they freak out. And so, when that happens, you need to call me or message me right away and go, wow, he's really freaking out. He's scared to death now. And then, Hecate and I created a potion. It's called Gentle Giant, and we'll put that on a candle for him or her, and then it like calms it down. Like they're still getting it, but it'll be like a calming, more gentle, it's okay kind of energy. Yeah. Um, some guys don't react well to sudden bursts of emotions. And when that happens, you need to, like, you know, be a little more seductive, easy on them. And then some guys really need that. And so it just depends on the personality, that you're dealing with. And that's kind of hard for the practitioner because we don't exactly know until afterwards. And then and neither does the client. You know, it's not like I get to sit down and talk to the guy and be like, okay, so how do you respond to energy? We can't do that. And I don't like, do big ol' consultations and card readings, and I don't require all that stuff. I just cast, and then whatever happens, happens. And then we'll just kind of mold it as we go because, you know, sometimes, usually it's not required usually. You don't need to worry about it. Normally it just does what it's supposed to. Urban really stinks. I know. I know. It does. Um, and they say that that's like an ancient root that women used to use to get guys to fall in love with them. Isn't that funny? Oh, they can't. Yeah, no. Dealing with intuitive folks is interesting. Do you ever a bit of like pushback, like anger energy coming back? Like they're pinpointed it from an outside force. I've had a couple of times that they've tried to do stuff like that to me, but um, you know, I don't really have to worry about stuff like that anymore. I'm very protected, and so I don't really. They can do what they want, but it does not going to affect me. Um, you know, I would feel sorry for them. I really would feel sorry for them. Like, and I'm not just like saying that. I would really feel bad for them. I would feel bad for anyone who tried to push it on me, to be honest with you, at this point in my practice. Nope. I'm still seeing, I had some friends that were witches that try to put stuff on me, and I'm still, like years ago, and I'm still seeing, they're still, like, I'm still seeing, you know, shit happen to them for a little fluid energy. It's just not, probably not. How long do you think it takes for a breakup? You can never say. Um, it depends on how you, if you fuck with it. Like, it's always different. When you do a breakup, you have to keep your hands off of the breakup. Like, not the witch, but the person who, your client. Um, some people, they're like, oh, are you guys fighting? How are you guys doing? You know, and they get all up in it, and you just can't do that. Or you just gotta just don't take his calls when he's calling you and stuff. Just let them fight it out. Sometimes they'll be fighting, and then he'll be mad at you because he can't take it anywhere else. And so you have to kind of like just keep your hands off of it, and 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 whenever stuff is happening and he's telling you about it, just go, oh, I'm sorry to hear that, and just walk away and just like stay out of it. And because you don't want it to be about you, because then he'll resent you for them fighting, and vice versa. You just got to stay out of it, you know. Hi, Grey Witch. Wish it in silence. Yeah, some people get so into it, and it's like, and then they fuck it all up, and it can be quite frustrating. Well, he left for a week, came back to me, and then we got in a fight, and then he went right back to her. It's like, yeah. You know, I had that happen last week, and this spell was only a week old, and it was pretty frustrating because I felt like she totally put the kibosh on my kibosh. She is right. That is this one right here. Perfectly good spell. It worked. Why do I curse? Because some people deserve to be cursed. All spells are curses. Oh, I love it. Well, it's not always a pleasant feeling for me, I'll be honest. But nowadays, I get to have, I get to call like Lucifer and Billiel to come, and I get to call on darkness and chaos and destruction, and then I get to send it, you know, and it feels, I kind of like it. Oh, good night, sweetheart. Good night, Tallulah. Yeah, those are from yesterday. Yeah, my coffins are over there. They're in Belial's altar right down there. That's where they'll stay for a while. I don't know what I'm supposed to do with them yet. I was just told to do them, so I did them. I've had them for over a year now, waiting to complete. Like, it's been an over a year long spell, just doing little pieces at a time as I'm told to do it. Is it bad? I called him and told him I miss him. He did not say anything. Was it a bad idea? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Right. I have done a few, and it's exhilarating in a drug addiction type of way. Hi, sweetie. How are you? Hi, Hazel Witch. How's everything going? Oh my gosh. So, the spell we did for that one person went really good. And I just put another candle on it last night on Belial's altar. It's like right there on Belial's altar. Sorry, I had a little interference. But anyways, that spell went really well. That court case, it did good. I did another burn on it last night. It did well. Got a little crazy. Yeah, I know. It's because of this guy. How do you know if a spell went well? The energy goes crazy. If the spell's like gonna be like a dawdler, I'll know. Yeah. Usually I get a lot of energy and the flames will go crazy. And the flames will go things kind of like just really powerful. You could see it, you could feel it, you know. Good. The guy on my ghost radio. Sometimes when they'll walk right through the camera and then it'll cut it off. Doesn't that happen to you? Cheek. My grandma came the other night. She was so cute. She told me I was a beautiful angel. Have you ever felt very exhausted after doing workings or symptoms from casting, and how do you feel now? Um, yes. Um, Spell casting will drain the shit out of you. Um, you have to meditate and you have to ground yourself, and you have to I have to meditate every night before I come out here. I meditate. I do Sanskrit mantras, and I do some healing for my chakras. I do chakra healing energies, and I do, and then I sleep for like an hour or two. Depending on how much work I have to do when I come out here, I'll know, and then I'll just rest and just crash the fuck out. And then when I come out here, it's late as fuck, but that's what I have to do to cast. I mean, I could do it during the day, but I prefer to do it in the witching hours. And Hecate likes me to do it. Which reminds me, where's my lighter? Hang on one second. Christine told me that if I burn sage and Palo Santos, while I'm doing live chats, that I won't use so much of my energy. Because sometimes live chats can drain you of your energy too, you know. But yeah, I'll get like really tired when I'm done doing all the castings, but then I still can't sleep. I'm just like spun, you know, you just can't sleep. I feel great. Hi, sweetheart. You mean that in RG you feel light? Can't see. Casting the spell will determine if the spell is good. Yeah. No, like it just means like if it's. Do you do awakening spells? Uh-huh. Yep. I do awakenings. Oh. Yep, that's me. He's gonna yell at me. It's like, put that sage out. I just wanted to say I felt some crazy energy already. It almost took my breath away. If it's bothering you, just take like a nice salt bath and it'll like calm it down for you, sweetheart. Hey, Blue, do you help remove curses from people? I do it all the time. I'm pretty sure. Are you out in the driveway? Pretty sure I've been cursed, but I feel it's too strong for me to handle. Absolutely, yeah, I do. I remove curses all the time. I remove some pretty serious ones too. Email me at bluewitch379@gmail.com. Hi, sweetheart. I'm doing great. I'm doing great. But JS, hi, good afternoon. Straight witch. For what is the Oshun candle you're using? Seeing separation spell. It's a spell that Oshun gave me, and so I called it my Oshun candle spell because she's the one who told me how to do it like that. She just like came to me. I don't know. I have it on video. A couple years ago, I just watched, and then she's the one who told me how to do it, and then as the candle splits, then they separate. You know, you put him on this side and her on this side, and then you light the candle, and then it burns like around like this, and then it splits them in half. And then as the candle splits, so does their relationship, and that's the spell. The candle spell, anyways, is just part of it. I mean, I guess I could just do that, and it would be perfectly acceptable, but I do so. I'm Well, Hecate always says that I kind of go overboard with my castings. And so, because I'll do like I use the herbs and the oils and the candles and the not magic and just whatever, depending on what spell, I always go overboard. But anyways, so but that's why I call it the my ocean breakup spell, because I use those candles, and then I do the string like this around it, and that's fine. Okay. Okay, let's see where it was. Okay. Gotcha. Is it just me, or does this full moon have spirits going nuts? Yes. Yes. It definitely does. I just watched the one you did a year ago when your client gave the shaman. I felt bad, but I wanted to say that because, well, she was a local lady who lived in my town, and she lived in the base of the canyon, and at the bottom of the Mesa Verde Mountains, and so she was having and she's a sensitive, so she was having like all these Native American spirits, fucking with her all the time, and she's like, blonde, and they kept coming to her and bothering her and just totally fucking with her all the time. So I went and, well, she called, them to come and do a cleansing, like, get them out of her house and all this stuff. And he wasn't even from the tribe that is in the area. Like, she should have called, the medicine man from our area to come and do that, to take tell the ancestors to go on and whatever. Anyway, she didn't do that. She just called some random guy that was supposedly was a shaman, and he took her hair. And then she was having nightmares about him, and she would see him everywhere, and she had a dream that he had her hair and was dancing around a fire and stuff, and I was just like, oh my God. But yeah, it was crazy. I was like, please don't do that again. It's really hard to break that kind of a curse when you give them your hair, like in that situation. Yeah, you can pray all you want. Pray it up, Buttercup. Who are you praying to? Maybe not. So scary. Oh my God. I know, right? And I was just like, why? How did that even come up? How, what were you thinking? It will manifest soon, so we can go do the comeback spell. By the way, did you see any signs after you did the separation spell for a 3-person that will be successful soon? Yours was good. She gave a stranger her hair. Yeah. Yeah, and she was, she's just an elderly white lady, like in her early 60s. And she had him come, asked him to come. Well, first of all, you have to understand our area, the Native Americans aren't crazy about white people, We live right on the right on the edge of the reservations of the Ute Mountain Nation and the Navajo Nations right there too. And then we're right at the base of the Mesa Verdes where the Anasazis were, and they all, disappeared. And so it's like, you know, a whole thing. And she just called some guy, like, I don't even know where she got his number or anything. I don't know what she was thinking, but and she gave him money and everything. It was just crazy. Well, I'm glad you subscribed. Let me see what he's saying. Um, but yeah, so I was just like, oh my gosh. And then she got, well, then I had her, I don't know who it was. I don't know if it was Hecate or if it was her guides or who it was. Somebody came to me and told me that I was going to get a call. I would be shopping and I'll get a call saying that she died, that her heart just stopped. And so I was like, fuck, you know, now I got to go deal with that. And so I called her and I'm like, you need to go to the hospital. She's like, what do you mean? I said, just go. Just get your shit, get in the car, and go to the hospital right now. You can't wait till morning. You have to go now. And so she was like, why? There's nothing wrong with me. I don't just go to the freaking hospital. So she went to the hospital and they said that her heart was failing. And so she got flown out to Albuquerque and had to have some stents put in or something. But yeah, it was just like, this lady is a pain in the ass. Yeah, you do. Yeah. So yeah. So I mean, we fixed it, but it took a lot. And she had like portals that were opened in her house that he opened. He opened like 3 portals in her house, and so I had to go and do you know the. He said shit. Hang on. Okay. He said domestic shit, electrical, domestic shit. I've never heard you guys say cuss words before. I love it. Say lots of cuss words. It makes me happy. Yeah, I like it. Cuss it up. But anyways, so yeah, it was a wild. She moved to Vegas, so I'm in the clear. You're welcome. You're welcome. That's what I'm here for. Oh, he left. Yeah. Um, but anyways, yeah, she was just a hot mess, that one. And I was just like, wow. She was one of those people that would not listen, you know? She just wouldn't listen. But she did try sometimes. But yeah, she wouldn't listen. Some people just don't want to hear what you have to say and don't want to, you know, take any responsibility for anything. You know, they just want to be victims. I'm not a very good victim. I would rather just stick your ass in a jar if you fuck with me, kind of girl. Because they don't like the truth. I know they don't at all. she had these lions, these spirit lions, and she had the gift of hearing, so she could hear them. And she would freak out, and she'd be like, "I don't want these. Come get them out of here." I'm like, "Really? Can I have them?" Like, I don't know how. I'll have to like ask and try to create a way to take them from you, but I would love to have lions. You know, can I have them? And then so I was like trying. My son's really good at trapping spirits, and like, you know, he like creates these balls, you know, like I do with pushing it out and all that. But he can hold them in an energy ball. So I'm like on the phone with him going, "Can you like practice trapping them in a ball so that we can go get the lions that she has? They're like her protectors or whatever, and she didn't want." She was like throwing. I'm like, "Can I have them? I want them." And and then so then she thought about it. She's like, and then she was like, "No, you can't have them. I'm keeping them." I'm like, "But you said you didn't want them." So yeah, it's a crazy thing. We're weirdos. Witches are weirdos. We we definitely we definitely have a different way of living, a different way of thinking of things, and yeah, different kinds of issues to deal with and stuff than most people, you know. But anyways, I didn't take her lions, but I wanted to, and I could have. But I didn't. I let her keep them. What do you think the red means? It's energy. It's probably Lucifer or Belial. You're drawn. I'm down with Astro Pets. Hell yeah, me too. Advices. What is your advice? Advices. I love them. I have lots of them running around here. You have them in your room. Down with Astro Pets. What do you think Reddit means in my room? Are you talking about my familiar? Do you guys ever see him back here? He stands about the yay tall, like way up there in the rafters. If you, what I was saying was, if you guys watch my the last live chat I did last night, you could see him in the background, standing. He's the black shadow figure. He's really tall. You saw him. He's cool, huh? I was like, "What are you still doing here?" And then we went when I got done, and when I went downstairs. I was video chatting, and the person I was video chatting with was like, "You have a huge black shadow dude standing right behind you. Like, he's as tall as the ceiling." I said, "Yeah, I know." I know. No, I say Lucifer. And don't you work with Lucifer? Aren't you? I thought I was just a visitor. Oh no, he's my familiar that Belial gave me. He's gonna be with me forever. Well, until I die, and then when I die, he'll take me to Hecate, and then at that time, she will release him from his duties to me. Lucifer. Yes, there's always stuff in the background. There's like a bunch right here, right? I can see right here. And then sometimes I'll go back and look to see what was going on, and then I'll see like all kinds of other stuff too. Because I can just see what's, happy, what's in the monitor. That's interesting. Feel large mirror, hubby. He said not happy, he said hubby. Sounds interesting. So, I'm going to get some new books from Mark, and I'm really super excited about them. I don't have them yet, so I'm kind of waiting until I get them to share them with you guys. But I'm so fucking excited about them. Hi. They're kind of like, okay, there's two of them. There's one on the Queen of Hell, which I already have the Queen of Hell, and I already have the Red King, but they're the deluxe edition, but they're different. No one else has these ones. Oh, come on. What are you saying? I don't know if he was saying that to be facetious or if he's literally saying, oh Lord. I'm pixeled. It's Lucifer. Something's wrong with his altar. It doesn't look right to me. Something's missing. Color. Am I still pixeled? But anyway, so these books, I'm so excited. He's going to take them up and have them consecrated in my name and stuff. That's all I'm going to say for now. But they're different. They're different than what other people have, but he said that I'm supposed to have them. Yeah, he said that I'm supposed to have them, and so I'm excited because it's going to be so badass. And I think those are the ones that I'm supposed to use for when we do our little study of them. I know, I'm so excited. I can just like crawl out of my skin. Yes, that's exciting. I know. Man. Yay. I know. Did everybody get their books ordered? Did you guys all get your books ordered? Well, let me know when you guys get all your books in and we'll get started, because I know there's like 3 or 4. No, I haven't got them yet. I have to wait. I have to wait till like, well, I guess I could just get them, but I have to save up. They're quite a bit more expensive than the regular books. Yeah, not yet. Not me either. He's 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 working on them though. It's going to take some time to get them consecrated, but mine will be consecrated in blood, and each one of my books will have its own familiar. So it's a little different. Oh, I wasn't supposed to tell you guys that yet. Not yet. He's pricey. If you get on Primal Craft, it'll be less. They're like $100 a piece or $120 a piece or something. But don't get them on Amazon, you guys. I had a client say, or a sister witch say, I wanted to get them, but they're like $400 on Amazon. I'm like, well, don't get it on Amazon. Yeah, I know. I'm so excited. But he said I'm supposed to have them, that he had them. They've been sitting on the shelf. And he knows I'm supposed to have them. And so, yeah, but they're a lot of money. So I'll just save up a little bit and then I'll just have Hecate. I'll have Hecate give me the money for them, Do you? Well, these aren't like spirits. Well, they are, but these will be like demons, beings. I started reading Queen of Hell. It's awesome, but my ADD kicks in and I understand nothing. It can be a very overwhelming book, and that's why I thought it would be better to like do it as a group kind of thing, because it is so overwhelming. So if we just like pick it apart, one section at a time, and like just do like one section a week or something, then it shouldn't be so bad. But it's fucking badass. Hi, sweetheart. Oh my goodness, you guys. I've been on here for a very long time. Yeah, but we're gonna do it on Facebook. So you guys gotta get on its Facebook page. Temper. Are you talking about the puppy? The new puppy's name is Temper. I didn't name her the spirit. When I picked her up, they told me her name was Temper. And I was like, okay. She's like this, 1 pound. She's 1 pound dog, and just the tiniest little thing. But they're like, she has a very bad temper. Her name is Temperance. And I was like, okay. Thanks for the FYI, whoever you are. My boyfriend's like, what do you mean she has a bad temper? She's a sweet little thing. And I said, yeah, well, they just told me that, so that's what her name is. Hope you are getting familiar well with your new familiar. I am. He sticks to me pretty closely. So I'm not sure. Okay, so he told me that, wait, she's super sweet, but oh my god, she's a diva. Yes. Oh, yours is? Yeah, is it a Chihuahua thing? How many? Oh god, don't ask. I'm embarrassed to say how many dogs I have. It's bad. You guys, I gotta stop. It's a problem at this point. Like, I'm speaking. I have a lot. No more dogs. No more pets, no more fish, no birds, no. I'm done. And just they're everywhere. I have like two in this part, two in this part, two in this part. That's it. I have 6. Yeah. Well, 2 of them are my daughter's dogs, and so they pretty much stay with her in her part of the house. No, I mean it this time. My time. This is my time. Hi. Yeah, oh, my time management. I know that's bad too. I know. I do know that was no, like, your time management, because I probably should have been off here. Well, I'm not depressed. I'm very happy. I promise. Are you depressed? I'm not depressed. We're back on time again. Next thing you know, they'll be snapping their fingers at me, right? Come on, let's go, Blue Witch. Time to get casting. I think I'm procrastinating. So I gotta go back in the house. I forgot my apples. Yeah, it's a witch thing. Witches are really bad at time management. We're really bad at it. Because we do it when we want to do it. Oh, if we haven't done it yet, it's because we don't want to. We'll do it when we want to. I have to go. I emailed you. Much love, Blue Witch. Okay, sweetheart. Thanks for getting on here and saying hello. Yeah, me too. I agree with you. I don't sleep a lot. That's why it's called the witching hour. Do you guys see this big thing of red energy right here? I don't know what that is. It's always there though. I don't have anything lit back there. The TV's not on or anything. An enormous lanky figure sits crisscross applesauce and tends to put fingers to lips. Haven't been able to find much info. Okay, well, the fingers to lips is a sign of respect to the gods, I believe. You do it in the lesser banishing ritual too. It sounds like a Buddha thing. I don't know, like, hang on, let me see. Been hanging out for some time, yeah. Look at this to start with this, and then they'll have the Buddha guy sitting there and doing this. But it's a thing. I don't know what all this different stuff it means, but you have to do it when you do the banishing ritual. When you go to each corner, you do it. Pulled me off the bed in a manner of like, what? What? I'm here and walked out of the room 4 years ago. Oh, that was a long time ago. Yeah, I've heard people saying stuff about being pulled out of bed and things like that. I just don't, it wasn't threatening. It pulled you out of the bed. Like, did you land on the floor or what? I've heard people being pulled out of bed, and I just think that was wild. I would be fucking furious. It's almost protective. Then why is it pulling you out of bed? I would be so angry. Only halfway. Oh, well then. You're funny. Oh, man. You crack me up. Anyways, you guys, I'm getting off of here. I've been on for an hour and 22 minutes. So I am going to go. And last night, YouTube kept kicking off my shit. So I had to, my videos, so I had to keep doing it. If something pulls me out of bed, I'm going to have a very stern conversation with it. And I'd get Hecate on the scene, laughing my ass off. Definitely. Well, yeah, that's not okay. I mean, I would be doing a lesser banishing ritual like ASAP. But look into the mantra stuff and see, you might be able to find it. It sounds like some kind of a deity or something. If it's doing this, it's it's something. So check and see. But I would start there, looking, because I always see them sitting, cross-legged with their. So, all right, that's it, you guys. I'm out of here. Peace out. Is there any book you can recommend for servitors? Okay, Hazel, it's just for you. 1 second. I'm gonna go grab it. I'll show you. Hang on 1 second. Hang on, everybody. Woo! Good night. I've been blocked. You've been blocked. Good night, everyone. So here, this is a good servitor book right here. Okay, I like it because it has like little worksheets that you could like to give you an idea of like the things you need to keep track of and things like that. Dream in color. But yeah, so this is a good one. Has lots of good information in it. But remember, you guys, whenever you're only take what you need out of these books. These are not these aren't like set in stone. You can change it up. You can do it your own way. You don't have to do it exactly the way it says to do it in these books, okay? So anyways, so this is it. This is the one that, well, I liked it because it had the little worksheets on because you always forget like little steps, and there's like pages of them, of the little worksheets on. Oh yeah, what about them? One of them was here today, huh? Anyways, all right. I'm out of here. Peace out, y'all. See you in a little while.